everyone, apologies I am late. I know I am. I've had a quick rush around. Apologies everyone for being slightly late, but the lobby hasn't started. No surprise, we're late again. But welcome everybody to ERL Commentary for F1 here this Saturday evening. It is 1 minute past 5. We've not started, and it's time for round 9 here of the Austrian Grand Prix. Last time out, of course, was in Baku. Many things happened in Baku, and I can confirm I don't think Falcon was penalised for Baku. I'm not sure, but anyway, we're here in Austria today. Mike has a 10-point lead in the World Championship. It's going to get hot here. Austria, good track for overtaking. We can have some good races. Indeed it is. Obviously high speed track here in Austria, so it really does put the emphasis on the driver. We're expecting probably a mid 105 for pole position. It's such a fast track here, especially through the second final sector. Realistically, anyone who's the bravest through the final sector is going to find the most time, and that's what I love about this track, how fast flowing it is, yet how easy it is to make a mistake. It's very strict on track limits, and that is a good thing. I mean, the drivers have to be aware of what limits they can push, and if you get it right, you can really gain some time. For sure, turn 1 is a massive one in this track. Turn 1 is very strict on corner cutting, but if you get it right, you can gain a lot of time. Digiken, hello, Wirt Mitchell, welcome to the stream. But yes, apologies for being a little bit late. We've got 18 drivers this afternoon. We are fully loaded for a spectacular race this evening in Austria. We're waiting for one more person. Thank you very much, Johnny. And then we'll be in. So we're going to have 19 drivers out of a possible 20. That is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? Really looking forward to this race. Hopefully all 19 of those drivers can deliver and keep it clean. And I think we'll have plenty of racing for you all this evening, this Saturday evening. Indeed, we might. Sit back, relax, we're going to have an absolute thriller. Who's going to get pole, if I'm honest? I really don't know. Falcon, of course, struggled last time out. Very difficult weekend for him. Mike then takes a 10-point lead in the World Championship. Can Falcon fight back? He has to. A lot of words were said against him last week. I'm not sure if he was penalised. I don't think he was. But already got my Doritos next week. Very well done, Mitchell. You're ready. You're prepared for this race. But yeah, Falcon I don't think did get penalised, but I think he's got a lot to prove in Austria. He's got to keep it clean, and if he can actually do anything here, I think George Ellis is racing, so hopefully for him he can have a good race and get a bit of a payment back because of what happened last time out in Baku. If you missed it, pretty much Falcon put George Ellis in a wall. Hasn't been penalised for it, I don't think. But hey-ho, we're not in control, of course, of the Falcon International Assistance. So be interesting to see how this race develops then. We've got 19 people. I think we're ready to go. 20 people in the lobby, 19 races. This is going to be absolutely spectacular as well. We are going then for the Austrian Grand Prix. This is going to be one heck of an evening. Stick here for the next hour or so, because I think we're going to have so much fun. We've got some great races, a great high-speed track with tight track limits, but you can push them, and of course some epic drivers. And this track really is down to the driver, how late they wish to brake into turn 2 or turn 3, how much they want to take off of turn 1, how fast they take that little twisty final section, and then there is a little bit of lack of grip on that final curb that can cause people to spin. There's a decent amount of rain, chance of rain here as well. If rain comes, it spices things up even more, and making the grip, there's even less grip at that point, and then the drivers, it's so much more difficult for the drivers. So this could be one heck of an evening here in ERL Formula 1. And looking forward to this. This is round 9 of 20 in this ERL season. Of course, the final qualifying of the real Formula 1 season took place today. Let's see if we can beat that performance here in ERL. We normally get a good race in ERL. The past 8 have been pretty good, if you ask me, bar 1 or 2. So hopefully it lives up. Yep. No worries, Nikita. Thank you very much for your support. Means a lot. And I would also like to announce that I will be sticking with ERL on the commentary for the foreseeable future as well. So if you're happy about that, give us a like rating. A like rating means a lot. We can keep the support up, and that really keeps me going and keeps me wanting to gym. I absolutely love your support and your interaction week in, week out, guys. So if you're on the stream, saying hello in the comments. Let's see if I know who's actually in the stream. Let's get another cool little social hangout again, like we did last week. That's definitely the best thing that happens here. My favourite thing about streaming all these races for you all. So here we go then. We're heading into qualifying. Who is your best bet on? Sorry, who's your pole sitter on? I can't even speak. Who's your bet on for pole this evening here? Put it in the comments. Will it be Mike, your championship leader? Will it be Falcon? We're going to find out in the next 12 minutes. Yep, I think we will. Okay, it'll be interesting to see then who goes out first. This is a very good track. It looks like it's kind of dry. Hopefully we don't get rain, if I'm honest, because it makes it actually more interesting if we don't get rain, because then the drivers really have to push hard. If you get rain, we'll probably just see too many people in the wall, I think. Embo goes for oh god, sorry, Odoms. Is it possible to have the ERL logo as your I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe that would be cool. Rain in 10 minutes, says Lakitu. I'm not sure if that is the case. That'll spice up qualifying. So that is why we're seeing a dash out of the pit lane. Yes, indeed we are seeing a dash out of the pit lane, because Nikita is saying for us there that there will be rain in 10 minutes. There's a massive dash out of the pit lane. Here's your championship leader, Mike, then. You can see it almost looks a bit damp there. Was that him locking up? I'm not sure. Might be. Odom's then, of course. Zarlan, sorry, is back. Here, just thought I'd point that out. Is Falcon in the lobby? There he is. Oh, there he is. Apologies. There he is. ERL Falcon. A lot of eyes on him this weekend. He's got to prove himself. After a poor weekend last time out, he's got to prove himself here today. Yeah, a lot of pressure on him this afternoon. Let's see what he can do. He has the pace. He's proved this week in, week out. He has the pace and the ability to win a race. It's 4-4 at the moment oh gosh, in the win battle. It's 4 to Falcon, 4 to Mike. So will we get a new winner? Hopefully so. So here goes Falcon then, starting his lap. Yes, we are starting late once again. Right, so here we go then for ERL Falcon. Let's see what he can do. What are we looking for in the first sector? Probably a mid 16 would be a good sector. Yep, indeed it would be. Let's see what Falcon does. It's a 16.7. Maybe I slightly overestimated that. What does Mike do? 16.6. Mike is faster in the first sector. Let's see what Malik Duck can do. And he's actually already set the time, so I can't see it. Odoms. Let's see what kind of time he does. 16.6 from Mike. 16.6 also from Odoms. 16.7 there. Where's Falcon? Go back on board with him. See what he does in the middle sector. Obviously, let's go on board with him then for a bit here. This is a tricky bit. Good evening, Billy. 16.7 again in the middle. I don't know if that's right. I think that's just glitched, actually. Where's Mike? I keep losing him. There he is. Sorry. So let's see then. Let's just watch the time. And Zarlan instead of 106.9. That will nowhere near be good enough. We're expecting a mid 105. So Joe Ruru has put a 165. Falcon a 16 flat. What does Mike do? It's a 159, which puts him on provisional pole for so far. Eyes on Odom saying, can he beat that 105.9? Of course, a 105.5 we'd be expecting in perfect conditions. Odom's has run a little bit wide. That lap then is gonna he's gonna lose a little bit of time then, so that is not a representative time from him. Lakitu then has put his car MP3. Good lap from Johnny. That puts him in P4. Yeah, very well done. Oh, that's Joe Ruru. He's retired. I think whether he's happy with that lap or I'm not sure, but he is retired as Joe Ruru and is out of qualifying. So then we know Odom's time then down there in wherever he is. I keep losing him. He's not... No, his lap did get invalidated. I thought it did from running wide. That was not a representative time as Joe leaves. Yellow's in Sector 3. Not sure who that is. It's a kind of laggy lobby, actually. Francis Jessica. Up into F1, of course. Let's see if anyone can get close to Mike then. That's rain then. Yeah, that is the rain. So I think we're going to have a fairly boring 8 minutes or so now. And it's just going to turn into whatever the order is now. We're going to get it. Yep, I think so. Don't think we're going to improve on the time. Rain is coming down. So unfortunately, that's it. If you bottled your lap like Odoms, who got invalidated, it's game over pretty much for you. And we might try and go again. He might just try and improve a little bit, at least set a lap, of course. And then, if he sets a lap, then, you know, at least he can, you know, be not last, but he would have to set a pretty good lap to be that 108 flat. To be fair, he has only a 10th off in the first sector, so if he can continue to that, he won't be far off. He might be able to put himself P4. Johnny seems happy with the rain because he's currently P4. I think that'll be his best qualifying performance of the season so far, so good for him and good for the Ferrari team. So let's keep an eye on Odoms then, if he can set a representative time. Rain is coming down, but it's still not pouring down. Odoms runs wide again. Odoms struggling then, not being able to handle that Sauber earlier on. I must say, when I was racing earlier on that Sauber, it was a handful through these corners, kept losing rear end grip, and Odoms seemed to be experiencing the same. Odoms' teammate, of course, Zarlan, is currently in P10. He is retired. Back on board with Odoms then. What kind of time can he perform? Johnny is retired. He's had enough of the race. He doesn't run wide this time, there's Odoms. It's crucial he sets a good time. It's not going to be very good from Odoms. It's a 7.9, and it's only good enough to put him in P17. So Odoms has been it's cost Odoms then going wide at the first turn, and that means he's only going to start P17, and as long as the conditions don't improve, it's going to be Mike who takes pole in Austria. Yeah, not by much though, just over a tenth of a second over, of course, his title contender Falcon. There's people going out, so Lakita's going out again. Yeah, does anyone know? I think Lakita, if he's in the chat, or Johnny, tell us what the race conditions are going to be like. Thank you very much, Mitchell, for pointing that out. Yeah, interesting. Few guys out on track then. Here's Mazes, I believe it is, his name is. He's going out, but it is raining. Is he on a flying? Let's see. I'm not sure if he is. He's a second off his time anyway. So, there again, that will pretty much a little bit too much curb then. Going into turn 2. He's not on lap, he's weaving. Gladys says no rain, but who knows? Oh, and that's a problem for Danny. Unless he's retiring, he's kind of drove a little bit off the track there, sir. Interesting. Francis Jessica in the Renault, my former teammate from F2. So a few people are retiring then, because I think the rain's just going to get heavier. Let's Manny Duck's on an out lap. I don't know if he's actually going to complete the lap or not. Yeah, guys, who enjoyed that little bit of spark of qualifying, hit the like button, because that was pretty good. Didn't really get much action from it, but it looks like Mike is going to take pole position then for the Austrian Grand Prix. Okay then, so everyone's retiring because of course it's going to rain, so nobody is going to really improve on their time. And I'm a happy guy because I've got a KFC on the way. That is probably the best feeling you can have. Okay, not possible to improve, and yeah, should we drive for the race? Thank you very much, Lakiti, for their insights. Yeah, just as I was saying there, you know, the rain's going down. I don't see what's the point is of going out, because you just increase your chance of putting it in the wall. And then, of course, you'll be starting right from the back. So, not sure how I feel about that. There's only a few guys on track. Oh, sorry, in the pit lane. And I think they're all there. Don't know what they're doing. Odoms especially. Right. Yeah, just a few people sitting in the pit lane then. Mike then grabbed pole. Put on the super hards. Yes. Very good point. We'll have a little bit of talk about that then while we're waiting for people to retire. I want to get everyone in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on the new super hard compound and the new compounds for F1 in 2018. Personally, I think it's a good thing, actually. I think it is. But, yeah, I think it's a good thing. But also, we have to remember that, as they did say, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Pirelli did say the super hards, they're not really going to be used. They're only going to be there as a backup tyre if they underestimate the performance of the 2018 cars. They don't have like the same 2017 scenario where pretty much it's a one-stop race every race. So yeah, the super hard is not planned to be used. The super hard is only there as a backup tyre. So if you didn't know that, it's only there as a backup tyre if they underestimate the power of the 2018 cars. But there we go then, man. He's qualifying for the ERL Austrian Grand Prix. It's going to be Mike then who takes pole by over 1/10 of a second. Lakitu securing third. Good for him. Johnny, a phenomenal qualifying for him in P4. Johnny R95 Games is Johnny R95, as you'd expect him to. And George Ellis, hopefully, starting in P5. Can he have a good race and get a little bit of a repay from what happened in Baku last time out? Hopefully for him. He absolutely had a phenomenal drive, a stellar drive in Baku. Just got a little bit unlucky. Guys, hit that like button if you're ready for some more epic battling here in Austria. The grid is set. Excuse me. And I think it's time to get going. Bright sunny conditions. Oh, shut up, Johnny. Bright, sunny conditions. And here we go. This should be an absolute great race. Yeah, looking forward to it. Right, guys, while we're here, put in the comments, who do you think is going to win today? Mike's on pole. We know Falcon has a lot to prove. I think everyone in the comments, if you were here last week, you could admit he has a lot to prove, doesn't he? Yeah, I think, well, I would be careful with saying he has a lot to prove, actually, because he does and he doesn't. We know he's a good driver. He's shown us before, but he has got... thank you very much, Hassan, I appreciate it. Yeah, he has got the pace. He showed it, but sometimes he loses his head a little bit. Lakitu, Mike, Johnny, very well done. Mitchell, very interesting. So not predicting Falcon in the top 3. I was just saying he loses his head a little bit, doesn't he? Falcon. He just does it too often. He did it in Spain as well, and then last time out in Baku, and it's cost him a win and a second place so far. So not good for him. Let's see if he can improve. I think that's what he's doing a bit of a Vettel now. If he wants to win this World Championship, which I'm sure he does, he's only 10 points behind at the moment. He needs to stay calm now and not just start staying calm when it's too late. Alice Kidder supporting Mike. A lot of supports for Mike here. The fellow for Ferrari driver, says Alice Killer. Okay then, Real Johnny says George Ellis to win the race. Apologies everyone. Just getting ready then for the start here in Baku. Sit back guys, relax, hit that like button, get your Doritos, your popcorn, whatever you need. And it is almost time, as Johnny says, for lights out. Here we go then, in Austria, round number 9. It's 5 red lights. And it is lights out. Away we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. It seems to be a good start from Johnny there. Johnny's got a key to up the inside. Falcon goes up the inside. It's a turn 1. It's a great move of Falcon. The two Ferraris have collided. The two Ferraris have come together. Mike and Johnny have hit each other. And that's Mike who's round. Mike's out of the race, I think. Is he? No, he's not. That's Nakari then is out of the race. What a start. Mike then has been hit by his teammate and there's damage. Someone rammed Johnny up the upside round. from the back, and then Falcon had a great move on Mike at the inside. Someone rammed Johnny at the back. Johnny just ploughed into his teammate, and then Mike is right at the back of the grid. Not a good start for the two Ferraris. That's Mally Duck then into P2. He's had an absolute stonker of a start, has Mally Duck. Up 4 positions. So Johnny got the key to into turn 1. Johnny got rammed at the back from someone. Zarlin's also up 4 places. John at 4 places. What a start from Pedrick, up 8 places. It's also been a poor start for the likes of Mike and George Alice. One more bad luck from George Alice then. That is absolutely sensational start. So then that is Mally Duck, who looks like he got caught up in a bit of the damage there on turn 1. He's dived into the pit lane. Not really sure what happened there. What I remember, someone darted into the back of Johnny, and that has meant that he has collided into Mike. I thought Mike was out for a second. Nikaru has suffered in the McLaren. He is out of the race. But what a start to this Austrian Grand Prix. I think Johnny just got rammed as Johnny goes round the inside. Down the inside of the key of Zarlin, that is. Who's having to P through. Zarlin goes round the outside. Great move and defending from Zarlin. Now Johnny is under pressure from John 7722. He's going to have that slipstream. He'll just be wishing that he had the same Mercedes engine as the Mercedes car in real life. He takes a look but pulls back behind him. Absolute great start here then at the Austrian Grand Prix, and Falcon has taken a 2.1 second lead off Lakitu. So Johnny made a good move up Lakitu, up the inside of Lakitu. Someone rammed Johnny at the backside, and then Johnny just lost control and plowed into his teammate. Scenes here, John 7722 on the super soft tyres, trying to get down the inside of Johnny here. He's all over the back of him. Johnny switches to the inside. Johnny, I think, is going into the pits. He's probably sustained damage after that lap 1 crash. Falcon then is just pulling away. He's now 2.2 seconds ahead of Lakitu. Zarlin then, great start for him, up 6 places. He's up to P3. Mike then is into P10, they're 3 wide here. Here we go, into turn 1, 3 wide, down the inside, there goes the Williams. Mike goes round the outside, tries to get the switch back on the Williams. It's a great move from Mike, and 3 wide into turn 1, and Mike has made a move, and Mike's already back to P8. I think Mike might have actually got a bit lucky and didn't get any damage, so he can just plough his way back through the field. He's now into P8, is Mike. What a start also from Pedrick, and Francis Jessica, who has moved up to 6 places. Mally smashed straight to Mike into turn 1. It was on purpose, apparently. Interesting. Mally hit Johnny. Wow, okay, so lots of speculation going on there. We'll talk about that after the race, but Falcon, great start for him. The start he needed, and he's pulled away also. Yeah, very well done. And now John is ahead of the OGR1, and the OGR1 is right on the back of him. Yeah, so interesting there. So Odom's got disconnected from quali. Unlucky Odom's. Mally ran into Johnny on my spectator cam. Yeah, I think that happened as well. But here we go. John defending then to the OGR1. John's get a bad exit. Oh, and they are so close to going on the grass then. So the OGR1 is going to have to go at the inside then into turn 3 or turn 2, whatever you want to call it. It's around the outside for the OGR1. And can he get the move done? Oh, they're so close. John goes up the inside. Defends it well. Yeah, but the OGR1 is going to come right back at him then. DRS is now activated. And now he's going to go over slipstream. He's going to choose the outside line again. John defends the inside. Who breaks latest? John defends exceptionally again, but the switchback attempted now from the OGR1. Who's going to get it? And they're side by side now, going as a left-hander. Who is going to have the bravery to go in hers? John breaks later, runs a little bit wide. The OGR1 though is still all over the back of him, runs a little bit wide. Great defending from John, and he's managed to maintain the position. Very, very good first 4 laps then here in the Austrian Grand Prix. Zarlin is catching up to Lakitu in his return to ERL Formula 1. He can have a great race, but John has defended well so far. Mike up into P7 then. He's right on the back of Francis Jessica. So, yeah, that's interesting then. So, DRS for Mike. Mike has made a good move back through the field then. Ship has definitely gone down. Gaming Freak Plus, welcome to the stream. So DRS now for Mike, and look at that, that's the OGR1 going around the outside again into turn 3 round John. John breaks later. Who's going to get it? John at the inside. Great defending from John, squeezed him a little bit. Francis Jessica and Mike are side by side. Mike looked down the inside, but Francis Jessica has defended well. The The OGR1 and John have been banned for a good solid 2 or 3 laps now. This time John defends well again. John is defending exceptionally well. But remember, John is on those super soft tyres and OGR1 is on the ultra. So the OGR1 will look to clear him very, very quickly. Keep an eye on Francis, Jessica and Mike in the background. They, of course, are getting very, very close indeed. Falcon is now 3.6 seconds ahead of Lakito. So he's had an absolutely exceptional start. So the OGR1 then right on the back of John here. What's he going to do? Is he just going to stick back and look for a move? So is Mike right on the back of Francis, Jessica. Okay, so here goes the OGR1. He's going to have DRS again. Back on board. Mike is round. Mike has lost it again. It's gone from bad to worse for Mike. He's lost out of the back corner and he would have hurt his tyres. And also, he's lost the position and a heap of time. Another mistake from Mike. And for the championship leader, it's gone from bad to worse. I don't think that was Francis' killer. For down the inside goes the OGR1. Forces him wide. What a move from the OGR1. He's had enough. Forces John out of the way. And he is going to take P4 and trying to take him. Good point from Hasnain there, Mike. Just trying to push too hard. He's got to stay calm as Mike now and just push on. Bottled it like said. Very good point, Gaming Freak Plus. Right. Let's settle down a little bit then. He needs to pit, yeah. Let's settle down a little bit. Great start. Falcon has had the best start probably. All Francis Jessica up 11 places. But Falcon has a 4.1 second lead now to Lakito. Lakito is slightly gaining on Zarlan. The OGR1 did a great move on John. Who's that in the pits? Nobody. Me seeing things. Francis Jessica running wide. Mike then is all the time he's getting. Look at him pushing so hard. Losing the back end all over the place is Mike. Yeah, just going to plug in my headset, guys. Bear with me. Hopefully I don't miss any action. We'll stay on board with Mike then. Right, there we are. We're back. So, don't know where to start. There's been absolute carnage then at the moment. Let's take a look at the tyres that everyone's on. We've got a few guys. Mally Duck, Johnny, Moses and Cobasumi. I think they pitted early. They're all on that soft tyre. We've got John Digweed who's pitted 3 times already. Falcon then extending his gap at the front. It's all gone well for him. Zarlin's losing time. The OGR1, I'm not sure if he's catching or not, but John is kind of falling back because he's on a slower tyre. So you would expect that. Mike's not really catching at a rapid rate from his own error as well. I'm not really sure what happened at turn 1. We'll get Mike in at the end for the interviews and try and ask him what happened then. Interesting. So Mally Duck is pitted. KB Killerzone has just got a penalty. I believe that's the first penalty we've seen. It's all going swimmingly for this man so far. After an absolute epic start to this Austrian Grand Prix. I think we've kind of settled down a little bit now. I'm not sure, Hasnain. I don't think there was. I know it's pretty ridiculous. He probably should have got at least a quali ban, but I'm not sure what happened. I don't think we'll ask the stewards after the race, if you remind me to. Yeah, so, yeah, after that epic start, we can see most of the gaps now have settled down. Yeah, this battle between John and the OGR1 is still kind of going on. John is going to slip back a little bit, though, as Cobus Jimmy picks up a penalty. Keep an eye on the penalties, guys, just in case I miss something like Falcon or Mike getting a penalty or Zalon, someone like that. Yeah. Oh, Francis Jessica then. And that's KB Killer and Francis Jessica. Who is that? Going very close. That's a Force India. Okay, sorry, Hasnain. Oh, who's that? Oh, I'm so confused. The 2 Renaults, I thought they were close. No, oh, who's that? Is that a lap car? Yeah, it might be a lap car. Yeah, I think it's a lap car. I thought they were battling it out, but that's a laps car then. So Mike's in the pits. Let's see if he goes for supers like, I can't remember who said, yeah, Alice Killer. He's into the pits then. Let's see if he pits for supers. He does. Good call from Alice Killer. So, won't make those to the end, of course. And he's on super softs. He had to, didn't he? Those ultras were kind of running away from him. A little bit what I had at F2. Just so difficult to find rear grip. And he's trying to do something. So Johnny then moves ahead of his teammate. So does Meze. They're in net position now. Johnny is net ahead of him, so is Mally Duck. Not sure what happened with Mally Duck, so it'll be interesting to see when the 2 Ferraris come up against Mally Duck. Yeah, not sure what happened there, to be honest. That's Thomas Jimmy. Thomas Jimmy then. Oh. Apologies. Having a bit of problem coming into the pit lane there. Wow. It's all happening. 6 seconds now is the gap to between Falcon and Lakitu. Zarlin then slowly but surely falling back. Guys, what a start that was. Hit that like button. That was a fantastic start. Hit that like button for that start. He now needs to pit at lap 24 for Ultrasofts. Correct. So Mike has got to get the head, got to get his head down, and Thomas Jimmy's retired. Whether because of what happened in the pit lane or he's just had enough, he has retired. Unlucky for him. Pedrick, after a great start, has had to make 2 stops. John Digweed has had to make 3 for some reason. And John is still on the back of the OGR 1 here, but apart from that, nothing really going on track. Keep an eye on Mike. Be interested to see what happens when Johnny and Mike catch up to Mally Duck. Yeah, that will be interesting there at all, won't it? Very, very interesting. So then, some time to breathe at the moment. As Zarlin heads into the pit. So yeah, we are kind of at that point now for the Ultrasoft runners to pit. As Francesca gets a penalty. We are at that point now where people are going to begin to pit. So we've got to keep that in mind. Yeah. We'll keep the pit stops up then so we can see who's pitted. Zarlin then has come out in 7th. George Alice and Frankie Cobra. Yeah, oh, and who's that? Who's that? Zarlin coming out right between George Alice, and that's Funky Cobra. And oh, who's going to get it? Zarlin's going to take the inside line, and boom, so close. But Zarlin just gets it. And who's that? Is that Danny behind them? Then Mally Duck, then the 2 Ferraris. If Danny gets caught behind Funky Cobra, then Mally Duck catches up. The 2 Ferraris could catch up. And if the 2 Ferraris and Mally Duck meet again, that'll be interesting. Yeah, that will, won't it? That will be very, very, very interesting. Right. 2 Ferraris then on the back of each other. Johnny gonna let Mike through, baby? Oh, I thought they're so close there. The 2 Ferraris. Mike and Johnny then together side by side. Down the inside goes Mike. Is Johnny going to lift? No, he's not. Oh, they come so close. Johnny's going to go slightly wide. And Mike is through. Not sure if he was let through there. Don't think he was. But well done from Mike. A good move. He moves over to P12. So that's George Attis is pitted then. So that P11 at the moment for Mike. Nikita's also pitted as well. Mike will catch Mally Duck. Mally Duck now is behind Nikitu, who has pitted. We know Nikita's in P2, Mally Duck right in the back, so we can kind of predict where these guys are. But hold on, Nikita's in P9, Zarlin's in P6, so Zarlin's had a great pit stop and has jumped into net P2, I think. Yeah, well done to him. Look at that, Falcon to the pits. Yeah, race leader then in the pits. Let's see. Yep, doesn't want to go over the limit. 5-second stop go for Pedrick. Let's see what tyre. Is it softs for Falcon? Attempting the 1-stop? No, supers. It is supers. Okay, just a little bit of minor glitch there. I'm not sure. Actually, what tyres is he on? I don't know what tyres he is on. He's on softs. It's Falcon. So Falcon could be attempting the 1-stop then. Is Zarlin going to jump him? I don't think he will. I think he's okay. Is Falcon? Yeah, Falcon's already out of the pit lane. So good for him. Okay, so Hanslane saying the 1-stop didn't work for him. Interesting. The OGR 1 then has pitted, and you can see Mike is catching up to Mally Duck. Ted. Why did I say Ted? Well, I keep saying Ted. I don't know why. So, I'm just getting used to... okay, right. So Mike then is catching up to Mally Duck. And, yeah. Interesting. I think it's just instinct hearing commentary and saying Ted. I don't know why. Apologies for that one. So, oh, that's 2 side by side in front of that's Danny and who's that fucking code? No, Mally don't know who it is. It is Lakitu. Oh, and they go so close. Oh my, I need a Ted, don't I? I need to employ someone to be a Ted. But yeah, that was close, and now that is backed up Danny into Mally Duck. Falcon has just overtaken Francis Jessica. Then he's cleared in very well, so he can focus on getting this soft to the end. Then. So, well, I kind of messed it up myself. So, Mali Duck then. Danny. Oh, they're so close. Danny then. Mali Duck and Mike. Mali Duck and Mike, last time they met in turn 1. We know what happened there. Mike's on quicker tyres though, on board. Oh, he's using his slipstream. So Danny is using Mali Duck's slipstream here. Here we go. Is he going to be 3 wide? 3 wide into turn 1, not quite. Lakita's got a penalty though. Oh, dearie me. Oh, Mike's going to use the slipstream then of Danny. Mali Duck and Danny are holding this off like a bunch of bulls there in the Red Bull, around the Red Bull ring. Here we go to turn 2, sorry. Damn the inside of Danny. Goes Mike and he clears him. May have got damaged, though, on his front wing because he did look like he crashed into the back of Mali Duck a little bit. Interesting, though, to see what happens. So Mike has cleared Danny. Now we can go for a full-on fair one-on-one fight with Mali Duck, but he is on quicker tyres. Do bear that in mind. Nikita then has a penalty. Ultra soft, super soft in practice, but the pace, yeah, it's just too much, isn't it? That is some tyre wear, yeah. So Mike then, still as Killer, KB Killer, pits then. Mike then, still on the back of Mali Duck. Wow! So close for him. So he's in the DRS now, but you can see is that Funky Cobra and side by side into turn 1 for Mike and Mali Duck. Who's going to get it? Down the inside goes Mike. What a move from Mike, and it's P7, but not for long because Mali Duck is going to use the slipstream now on Mike, and also maybe use the slipstream a little bit from Funky Cobra. Down the inside goes Mali Duck. No, he doesn't. He stays behind. So Mike then moves up into P7. Very well done for him. Yep, he's going to try and now overtake Funky Cobra, which is kind of pretty much the head of this pack. Quite efficiently, I would agree. Mike is slicing through the pack. He's got Nikita who's in front of him, who has a penalty anyway. Then Zarlan, who's in P2. Can he get and catch Falcon? Leave it in the comments now. Do you think Mike can catch Falcon? Oh, that's contact! That's going to be damage on Mike's front wing, for sure. That was heavy, heavy contact for Mike and the Funky Cobra. I think that's going to be damage on Mike's front wing. That's allowed Mali Duck to catch up. That probably will be damage, actually, because he actually hit that quite hard. As I said a minute ago, he's round the back. Funky Cobra has peeled into the pit. Not sure, but Mike may have damage. Yeah, he might do then. Francis Jessica has also pitted. So John and Falcon go side by side. Falcon then takes John and moves into net P1. Now he's got clear air. He can focus on not getting penalties and caress his tyres home now. Good shout, Hassan. Let's have a look. Yeah, there is on the left-hand side, I think, if you can see that. Yeah, I think there might be damage on the left-hand side. Let's just go here. I think there is. There's almost like less flaps, isn't there? Unless that's just a camera angle. But it looks like Mike has damage then on his front wing. Maybe. Interesting. I can't really see much. Just interested to see if his times drop off or not. He has lost a lot of time. Yeah, that is damage. Thank you very much. I thought it was. He has lost a lot of time to Lakitu. Yes, he's definitely got damage because he's losing so much time. And Mali Duck is catching on a slower compound. So that tells me Mike has damage. Mike has damage then. That's disappointing for Mike. So all the work he's just done as Zarlan as John then pits. Yeah, well, he does. He could try and leave it out and try and just take P4, net P4, as everyone then has now pitted. And now we can put it on tyre. Oh, and that's John, who just collected damage, exiting the pit lane. So everyone's on the softs except for Pedrick, John Digweed, and Mike. So Mike then might want to think everyone else is attempting a one-stop, most people. But he likes a Mali Duck and Johnny. They're going to be doing a two-stop, aren't they? Yeah, probably. So I'm not sure. Mike do. Pit now. Said earlier, he wants to pick up a 3-second time penalty at turn 1. Thank you very much for dropping by Hasnay, my friend. So, remember he doesn't have a penalty, Lakitu does, so he only has to get within 3 seconds, but he has damage for ultras. I think he'll change his front wing, because everyone else behind him's got a pit.